Tell us about the team, the Old Men in the Sea.
Well, we had 6 guys all over 80. The youngest was 80 years old, and the oldest was 85, which was me. And we were from all over the country. We had all competed against each other over the years in master swimming. Bob Baker heard that there was a team several years ago in their 70s that did it, and they said that their record would never be broken. And he said, all right, we're going to put together a team of 80, and we're going to show those kids that we can do it too. And lo and behold, we swam it on August the 20th, and we completed it in 12 hours and 15 minutes. We each swam an hour at a time, we did it in 2 revolutions. We swam from a boat with 2 members of the Catalina Channel Association who were monitoring the swim to make sure that we did it in accordance with the rules, which we did. And so we broke a world's record in that we were the oldest relay team to ever swim from Catalina to San Pedro, California.
So Catalina sits about 21 miles off the coast of Southern California, and you end up at the lighthouse, or right next to the lighthouse.
Well, we ended up at Abalone Beach, which was a little further, right at Palos Verdes, because of the conditions and the tides, but we weren't far from the lighthouse.
Now the conditions and the tides, all that's depending on the time of the day. What time do they have you start a relay like that?
At 11 o'clock at night, and the fastest swimmer first, I was the 3rd fastest, so I started my swim at 1 a.m. and we had next to us a paddleboard paddler and a kayak paddler on either side of us with lights on so we could follow their boats.
When you were in the middle of the Catalina Channel, in the middle of the dark, what kind of thoughts were going through somebody like your mind? What kind of thoughts were you having?
Well, I was thinking of Chris, one of our swimmers who had recently completed the Catalina Channel. And I was quite impressed with the fact that he did the whole channel solo. I try to keep my mind off any kind of hazard that might occur. Actually, the conditions were so good and I felt so good swimming that I was really kind of disappointed I had to quit after an hour, because it was so nice. The water was 72 degrees, which is pretty warm for me, and so I really enjoyed the swim.
Did you think a lot about growing up in Southern California? That's your hometown area, isn't it?
All the time. All the time, and I did. And it's a matter of fact, as a kid, we used to go to Catalina quite a bit, my mother and I, and we used to take the glass-bottom boats. And on the glass-bottom boats were swimmers who would swim under the boat, under the glass part, and then smile at you and wave and do all kinds of things. And I thought about that.
Well, what's the next biggest thing on your plate coming up?
Well, I don't really have any swims that are challenging at this point, but I'm sure that something will come up, particularly now that we've done this relay. And I think the relays are catching on, and there's a lot of other places to swim a relay.
So have you talked about doing the English Channel? Or
We talked about it, and there's a lot of places that relays would be very attractive to, and so we'll see.